Hey everyone, Shauna the Tax Goddess here. And yesterday I got asked a really interesting question from one of our clients. Of course, as we all know, businesses start and sometimes they don't last very long, right? Sometimes we have to shut them down, or maybe you're just ready to get out of the business, right? And so the question was, I'm done, I'm shutting down. How do I properly, with everything I need to do for taxes, how do I properly shut down my business? Now, of course, you have legal matters, you have insurance matters, you have business matters, right? Clients, all these other things. But today's video is going to focus on how do I shut down from a tax perspective. Now, one of the most commonly missed things is that you do have to file a final tax return with the IRS. Now, that could be on your Schedule C inside your personal return. That could be an 1120, that could be a partnership, that could be an S Corp. It could be any of the entity forms. You do need to file a final tax return. Now, there's a couple of tweaky things that get missed with this, okay? If you're filing as a Schedule C, so an LLC taxed as a sole proprietorship or no entity and just a Schedule C or a Schedule E inside your personal return, your deadline for that return is the same as your normal deadline, April 15th plus the extension to October 15th if you file for an extension, okay? However, if you are an S corporation, a partnership, an 1120, any of the types of tax returns that file separately from the individual tax return, in that case, you need to file the tax return with the normal deadline, but it's not the 3/15, 9/15, right? Or 4/15, 10/15 for a C Corp. It is 2 months and 15 days after the day that you shut down the business, okay? And this is the part that trips people up. So let's say, for example, you decide that you're going to close your business at the end of June, and it's an S Corp. Let's call it an S Corp, okay? For S Corps and for partnerships, the deadline to file your tax return is 2 months and 15 days after the close of business. So if you shut down at the end of June, that's July, August, September 15th of the same year is the deadline for your tax return, okay? So very important that you catch this. For C Corps, it's 3 months and 15 days, okay? So it's very, very important that you file this tax return, because if you wait and you file the tax return when you would normally have filed it, March 15th of the following year, your tax return is actually going to be late. And there's going to be penalties, there might be interest, there might be all sorts of rather nasty things if you don't file that tax return according to the proper timeline for when you shut down the business. So this gets missed pretty frequently. Now, of course, on that tax return, you do have to indicate that this is the final tax return for this specific business. Typically, there's a little checkbox somewhere near the top, where the name and the Social Security or EIN number is. Typically, there's a little checkbox saying this is the final year for this business. You might, of course, if you had employees, you might also have to report any final employment taxes. You do need to cancel your EIN and close your IRS business account. Now, typically, that's going to be sending a letter to the IRS that states your business name, your EIN, and the reason for closing the account, okay? And of course, if you owe any taxes, the federal government wants you to pay those. Now, so definitely pay your taxes, okay? Only if you legally have to. You guys know how I feel about strategy. So only if you legally have to. Now, there might be some other considerations. Okay, you might have state and local responsibilities that you have to file. So federal returns, file your final state tax returns, any local tax returns, cancel any business licenses or permits. You might have state-specific requirements, like you need to dissolve your entity at the state level. It's a little bit more of a legal thing, but it kind of crosses over into tax. And of course, there's millions of other considerations. Keep your records, cancel your business name, inform your employees that, like, hey, we're shutting down. A lot of these things you know about and are much more common to think through as you're shutting down your business. But the big one that we see from a tax perspective that people miss is that your deadline gets moved up, significantly up, for when you shut down your business. So if you have questions, if you are looking for a team to help you to make sure that everything is above board and you're doing everything properly, reach out to our team, taxgoddess.com. We're super easy to find, and let's see how we can help you. So in the meantime, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.